everybody? Welcome into The Hop. My name is Stephen Humes, here with my boy Gabe.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome back.
Welcome
back. It's been
back.
a while.
It's been nearly a week. In fact, I would say it's been exactly a week.
Too long. Much too long.
We are heading down to New Jersey again this week. We're heading back to the state of New Jersey. We're bringing back our Taproom Special segment. We recorded at the brewery, and let me tell you something.
Oh, this one was fun.
It was so cold when we recorded this. Like, we're taking it back a couple weeks, and it was freezing outside.
Yeah, it was nuts, but as you'll see, and as we'll talk about, we had our own little special, I'm going to call it housing, if you will, to drink the beer. Really dope spot. We're heading back to New Jersey. We are going to none other than Hackensack Brewing out of Hackensack, New Jersey. Hackensack Brewing was our one of the stops on our New Jersey brewery tour that we did back when it was Shiver Me Timbers outside. And yeah, we had a lot of fun. We had dope beers, all very different, very like unique at the brewery. That brewery loves them short pours. Let me tell you something.
They have them, and I love a brewery when they have short pours because like you may not want to get a whole flight, maybe you don't want to have a full beer, but like we paid like $4 and we had like what I'm gonna call a full pour of beer.
It was basically a full glass for $4.
Very high ABV beer at the end of a very long day of drinking, which we are not complaining about this at all. This is only a good thing. So we had a great time at Hackensack Brewing, and we think you guys are going to love them very much. So stick with us. You can follow the show at the HO Podcast, Instagram, Twitter. We're on Facebook. You can send us an email, send us brewery suggestions, send us beer if you want to. And the way to get in touch with us is via email. We are thehopod@gmail.com. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, all of those things are where we are. And wherever you're listening to us, if you could go ahead and give us a rate and review, a comment, we really appreciate it. Those 5 stars really help the show, and your reviews help us know what you're loving and what you're wanting more of, wanting less of. So do that over there. And finally, YouTube, as we mentioned, it's always a good time to check us out on YouTube, and you can see us just shivering our faces off this week while we drink some beer in a parking lot.
You can hear it in our voices, but it's funnier if you see us like, all right, so let's get the next beer out. Like it was, it was good.
They were very crowded, and per COVID, they had, they couldn't have us inside, which is cool, but they had a great setup out in the parking lot. So we partook because that's what we do, because we were there to do a job and we were going to finish at all costs. So
let us know what breweries to hit up next. Let us know what breweries to repeat. Let us know if we should go on another state brewery tour. We're open to the idea. We're going to do the best we can. We did Massachusetts and New Jersey so far. Connecticut, I feel
technically, kind of.
Yeah, but like we live there, and that doesn't count. So let us know.
All right, let's dive into the news.
Beer news.
Plenty going on in the beer world at the moment. Some highlights: non-alcoholic beers continuing to rise. We're seeing that kind of everywhere. It's coming out all over the place. Truly Punch is a thing that's happening out of Boston. Boston Beer Company is introducing Truly Punch to go along with hard seltzer and lemonade. And more Massachusetts beverage makers are disputing with their distributors. We talked about this regarding Jack's Abbey, but it's happening more and more. Looking at you, Loverboy, trying to split away from Night Shift Distributing. So that's sort of a broad picture trend that's going on. Our first story that we're covering, Vermont Cider has been sold to Northeast Beverage Group, Vermont hard cider company out of Middlebury, Vermont. They own Woodchuck, as well as a whole bunch of other cider brands. They've been acquired by Northeast Beverage Group, which is a privately owned holding company. They will also have full control over Green Mountain Beverage, which is a division of Vermont Cider and a leading manufacturer in the hard cider and non-alcoholic spaces. So it's of note because it's a sale, and sales are always of note. Likely, I would say this is a pretty positive step for Vermont Cider. I don't think of this as a company like selling out or anything like that. It's not big beer. Northeast Beverages, like I said, they're privately owned. They're local, they're in the Northeast, and they have a lot of resources. They have a lot of experience, and they are planning to be pouring those into Vermont Cider Group. So a positive move for you hard cider fans up in the Green Mountain State.
Hey, they make great beer. They probably make a mean cider. So
Vermont Hard Cider Company does not make great beer. What?
No, I'm saying Vermont.
Oh, the state.
The state. That's what I mean.
Yeah, the state does. That's for sure.
The state makes a great beer. They probably make a great hard cider.
I'm with you now.
There we go. Okay. Moving right along, beer and fantasy sports coming together. That's basically us, Gabe and Stephen, the Hop Podcast.
There you go.
Yingling and Sons is partnering with DraftKings.
Excuse me. DG Yingling and Sons. I did it when we featured them on the show. How was I not?
Okay, all right. Well, we should have made the drop then.
How was I not going to do it?
Yeah, DG Yingling and Sons out of Pennsylvania.
That's for the musical theater nerds out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's for all the fans of Joseph out there as well. They are partnering with DraftKings. They are making them the official sponsor of their basketball tournament bracket challenge. Now, we are aware the NCAA tournament has started, so this part is kind of over. Rest in peace to the UConn men, but the UConn women are going to take it all. No big deal. Anyway, they are having other events and other things you can participate in. Later this year, they're doing a Yingling Saturday series. It's an exclusive free-to-enter college football fantasy contest series. Now, this is really cool. It's something kind of newish, not the fantasy football of the colleges, but kind of what DraftKings will be introducing. It'll be followed in September with a prediction contest around NFL games. So you got to look out for the Yingling products featuring the DraftKings logo across their 22-state footprint. It's going to be really cool. As we all know, with college football, they have all of the bowls, like the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl and all those things like that. So it's good for college football because I feel like college basketball, like a lot of the same teams are always in, but college football always changes a lot. So something to think about.
And they're doing an NFL contest too, a prediction contest that's coming up in September. So,
and DraftKings does that during the fantasy year. They do all sorts of stuff. You can do games, you can do specific players.
But now they're partnering with beer, so it's like everything we love coming together in one sweet little.
It's basically us. Like, we weren't not going to talk about that. You know what I mean?
And speaking of that, another story that's just tailor-made for the hop. Guess what, guys? Boulevard Brewing has expanded to a new state, and guess which state it is?
Montana!
Of course it is.
How funny would it be if you set that up and it was like, Iowa! Like something just so random.
That's the second time you've brought up Iowa in like 2 weeks. We're going to need to make an Iowa drop.
Florida! I don't know.
We don't typically cover distribution news on this show, but how could we not talk about this? Now, Boulevard Brewing has had some negative press lately. We've covered it extensively on the show. That said, we do love Boulevard's beers. So this is exciting news for people that live in the great state of
Montana!
Now, a spokesperson for the company, you know what I love most about that drop is how confused most people probably are when they hear it. Like,
especially the people that like are listening to us for the first time this week.
Yes.
They're like, what the hell? What?
Like,
Montana? Why do they like Montana?
Why is this a thing? We don't have an answer.
Go back and listen. You'll figure it out.
A spokesperson for Boulevard Brewing said, "We are honored to add our beers to the flourishing craft beer scene in Montana," which is news to us because apparently I didn't know anything was flourishing in Montana other than trees and mountains and sky and probably wildlife.
And grain.
So I guess we need to go to Montana.
Apparently. I don't know.
In my favorite quote, a spokesperson for the distributor that's making this happen, which is George Distributing, he said, "Until now, Montana could only savor beers like Love Child or Dark Truth at a friend's house after traveling to what seemed like faraway lands."
Yeah, it checks out.
And the reason I love Montana is because to us, on the other side, it seems like a faraway land. So I just love that he acknowledged it in his,
It feels like one of those places where it's like, all right, you want to go get beer? It's like, no, I don't want to drive 45 minutes.
Yeah.
you know?
like where you have to drive 45 minutes to get like gas.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, anything. I'm obsessed with Montana. There and the why not? That's why. And that's the only justification I need. But Boulevard Brewing is there now. So congrats, Montanans. And Boulevard, congrats on your new home in
Montana. That's three. We'll see how many we get.
Okay.
Rounding out the news and notes, Beals Brewing out of Bedford, Virginia is flexing, and they're flexing hard.
Yeah.
They recently got a fun email from a person. Subject line, y'all suck. Message, your manager is bitch and your beer tastes like hot old orange juice. Why did this happen? Basically, a lovely, I'm just gonna, I don't know if it was a woman, but I'm gonna call this person a Karen. I think we've all met a Karen in our life. A Karen, could be a man, a Karen walked in, wasn't wearing a mask, so they refused to serve him or her. And this had nothing to do with any sort of stance, any sort of, movement. It was just on the safety and the well-being of their other customers regarding COVID and whatnot. They turned the person away. They got a fun email and they said, we see your email and we raise you a beer. So they're now brewing a beer called Your Manager is Bitch. It went viral on Facebook, 290,000 views and counting, 116,000 upvotes on Reddit, and they're getting emails from all over the world, from France to Canada to Tasmania.
And I can attest to this because this story comes to us from my brother who sent it to me off social media. So, yeah.
It's really hilarious. I love that they're just flexing hard, and it's not the first time they've done this. This is the third beer in the series of releases they've done in response to trolls. The first one was Trolled with Trolls. It was a lime and ginger sour, and they posted on the can several awful Facebook comments received in response to the mask rules. It had nothing to do with the beer or the brewery, just because people don't want to wear a mask. Ignorance. And they followed up the Closed by Christmas, which is celebrating the comment made by a customer who predicted their demise by the holidays.
If you are one of these people, can I just say, on behalf of all service workers, I mean, fuck you. Like, who sends emails like this? I just don't. I don't need to get on a soapbox about this, but to all the Karens of the world, you're lucky anyone is serving you anything right now. I don't care unless you're at a restaurant and somebody spits in your food and curses you out while you eat it, you have no right to complain. Shut up.
Because while you get to work from home on your laptop in the comfort of your pajamas, these people have to risk getting sick to serve your hungry ass.
Yep. So,
also, can we, I'm sorry, but if I got this email that said, your beer tastes like hot old orange juice, I would laugh. I would probably make something out of it. And
how do you know? Which beer did you try?
Yeah, like, to whom it may concern.
Yeah.
Beals, way to go.
Way to kill him with kindness.
It's an American porter. It's gone viral, as we said, and it's a tribute to the new GM, Brittany Canterbury, who worked her way up from server to bartender to manager. So for her,
give me a hell yeah!
I forgot about that drop.
How could you?
I forgot we still had him. All right, let's go to Hackensack, Gabe.
Let's do it. Ooh, yeah. Let's get in the mood for drinking with a fun little toast. I wish you health, I wish you well, and happiness galore. I wish you luck for you and friends, what could I wish you more? May your joys be as deep as the oceans, your troubles as light as its foam, and may you find sweet peace of mind wherever you may roam. Here's a toast to the roast that good fellowship lends, with the sparkle of beer and wine. May its sediment always be deeper, my friends, than the foam at the top of the stein. cheers. And with that, let's head back to New Jersey.
That was beautiful. Really well done. That was
No, I did not write it. No, I can't take credit.
I knew that. I wasn't going to ask. All right, so our Taproom Special segment is a segment we do where we record on site. In the interest of full disclosure, we do need to tell you this was just about the worst possible setting for an audio recording. So we've cleaned the audio up as best as we can. We had our crack team of producers and audio engineers and everyone else that works on this show go to town on this one. So we did the best we can. Hopefully it won't be too distracting to you, but we did have a great time. And so enjoy it, Hackensack Brewing, and we'll see you back here in just a little bit.
Taproom Special.
Burr, sure is cold out there.
Sure is cold out there, guys.
Holy crap. What's up, guys? We're here at Hackensack Brewing Company. This is our last stop on the New Jersey Brewery Tour. People are yelling. We're in a...
We're in a hut.
We're in a hut, igloo of sorts. It's like a plastic hut. We got a nice little heater.
Yep.
That's not very strong, but we're making it work. And
we look cold, but it's way warmer in here than it is right out.
yeah, we're obviously keeping the jackets on, but whew, this is exciting.
This is fun. This is honestly,
I've never drank in something like this before, so this will be cool.
we went inside. They said they were packed. We were like, all right,
The hut it is.
we'll give this a go.
Yeah.
But I'm into it, and here we are. So should we kick this off?
Should we get this done with? Yeah. All right. We got 3 beers, 2 separate, and then one we'll do together. So we're gonna start off separately. Do you want to go first? Should I go first?
You go first because you're holding it.
I'm holding the beer, so here we go. I have the delayed opening. It is their winter lager. It is coming in at 8.4%. Untapped gave it a 3.93. Nothing from Beer Advocate, and 18 IBUs. It is very brownish red on the 30s.
Really pretty. Honestly, it's like 30s. I mean, reddish more even than brown.
Yeah, I would say definitely high 30s on the SRM scale. Ooh. Smells like an amber. Smells very wintry, very caramel toffee malt based with a malt backbone, but
honey, bread, biscuit, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm just excited to drink. So here we go.
It'll warm you up, honestly.
Oh yeah, very very malt caramel, like a Sam Adams Boston Lager, just amplified. You know, like it's got those malt toffee caramel backbone-ness to it, but it's very straightforward. It's a classic. I would argue a classic amber ale.
But the thing about that is, isn't it like 8 point something? It's 8.4, right?
8.4.
Yeah, which is that's pretty intense.
This is so easy drinking. It's so clean going down.
Winter lager.
Yeah, many winter lagers don't get this strong, I don't think.
No, most lagers don't get that strong. I mean, that's a really high ABV lager.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
And I would argue dangerous because it does not taste like 8.4 at all. It tastes like 6 if it's a day. I just can't believe this.
We're so cold.
This is incredible. Like, I do have to say though, like going outside to inside, the degrees goes up by like 20. It
makes a huge difference. We needed water, and it was like, oh no.
Yeah, we have to go outside again.
I don't want to go back out there.
But yeah, it's very crisp. It's very clean. It's not too strong tasting, although it is, and it just tastes like a straightforward. People are yelling again. Straightforward lager, and I don't know that I'm getting a lot of other flavors. It's just like straightforward lager. Like, I don't know if there's
malt.
Yeah. I don't know if there's like a winter taste that you get with other winter lagers. Yeah. But
I mean, the winter part of it is just the ABV. I mean, that's going to warm you up real quick.
Well, then in that case, no. Yeah, I really like it. it doesn't taste like a lot of carbonation. Like obviously it's there. It's not flat or anything, but it's very easy going down, which is what I'm very surprised at. Like I really wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
So I'm down.
It looks delicious, and I just
this will work.
I just want the YouTube viewers to know that this is a short pour.
This is It was like up to here.
This is what they call a short pour. So if you don't come to Hackensack Brewing for any other reason,
if you come here,
$4.
I was just about to say this was $4.
Yeah.
This is like a normal pint anywhere else. So I mean, Hackensack, they'll give you a nice pour. So
they have a really cool brand too. I mean, the logo is basically the state of New Jersey, and it's on all the barrels and cans and all different kinds of spray paint look. I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, you can even see the kegs from here, just spray painted with different variations of that logo. And the shape of the state of New Jersey is on all of them.
All the beer cans inside, too, all had the logo on it, with the artwork. And
great can artwork. In the state of New Jersey, we were talking to someone earlier today about how, it's on the beer map. It's still sort of up and coming.
Yeah.
So, and sort of what is New Jersey in terms of beer. So this is New Jersey grown beer.
Cold out.
Sure is cold out there. Okay.
I really like it though. Not a lot of head retention, not a lot of lacing, but overall solid starter at 8.4. You can't go wrong. Steven.
My turn. I'm going to be drinking the Hundo, which is a West Coast IPA. Y'all know I love my West Coast IPAs. 6.3% ABV, 57 IBUs, and Untapped has it at 3.8.
Short pour. That's a short.
Short pour. Full glass. Okay, full glass.
$4.
Short pour, $4.
Hell yeah.
This one might have been $3.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it's a West Coast. I love the West Coast. It's an art form that I feel is underappreciated at this point, dying, and so I'm excited to get into it. To look at, it's slightly hazy, but not really. It's more true to that West Coast style, golden glowing color.
Oh yeah.
Like a golden amber. On the SRM chart, I would probably put it in the teens-ish, maybe 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because it's orangish, got a glowing, like, amber color to it. But, like I said, not very hazy at all. It had about, a good bit of ivory foam. It's since receded, but it has some decent retention to it, which you can kind of see if you're on the YouTubes. So... on the nose, I mean, hops first, true to the style, right? It's you can tell it's got a bite, but it is tropical, citrusy. Definitely some grapefruit.
That's like tropical fruit,
right? Like pineapple.
Yeah,
even some coconut or something in there.
Yeah,
there's definitely
maybe like honeydew.
Yeah, a good bit of melon.
That's rare in beer. I feel like we haven't had many. Honeydew melon beers. Yeah.
There's a musk to it.
Yeah, I definitely smell the hops though. They're definitely there.
Yeah. And we don't know exactly which hops are in this bad Larry, but I would imagine Simcoe, Mosaic,
Citra, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Citra.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say something with a little more bite too. I mean, that's why I lean. Simcoe, maybe Tetnang.
Tetnang!
Just taking that out of the air.
Yeah.
But maybe Centennial hops.
Yeah, okay.
Something that,
yeah.
Something with a little bit more bite, but on the citrus side. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just spitballing here.
We're just here for the tastings.
We're just cold, and we're in a hut, and that's really what there is to this.
It's plastic, but for some reason it works.
It's funny because on the show we had a news piece a few months ago about
igloos. Yeah,
that was doing igloos.
Yeah.
And this is kind of that. It's kind of like a poor man's igloo. It's not as pretty as what they had going on.
We pulled up to the brewery and we're like, oh, maybe we can get one of those huts. Yeah, and
but it's remarkably warmer in here. Like outside, there are like lit fires all over the place. There's like fireplaces, and there's just no one there because it doesn't do the job.
My hands were like in the fire earlier when we were waiting for the beer.
Still cold.
No way. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely not.
Back to my beer.
It looked really good. It's called Hundo, which I'm sure if it's good, it'll be the equivalent to the 100 emoji.
It is good.
Boom.
Skittles.
Skittles?
Yeah, that's what came to mind first.
You get Skittles? Wow. Is it that sweet?
Lemon Skittles. Like, not strawberry Skittles. Those are the best Skittles.
Yeah, those are the red ones.
Red are the best Skittles.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is yellow Skittles.
Okay. I don't really know how to feel about that. No, I mean, if it's good, it's good.
No, it is good. The hoppiness is there. It's not as much bite as I would expect from certain West Coast IPAs, but this is it's
6.3. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a West Coast double, and I don't expect it to have that much bite. It's still drinkable. Definitely tropical in nature. Grapefruit peel, tangerine. All of the citrus notes that we expect. It's not as tropical in the mouth, like in terms of like the pineapple, the coconut, like that stuff isn't there as much. But definitely a good bit of citrusness and a decent bite. I mean, this beer is no slouch. It's very drinkable. It's carbonated just where you want it to be for a basic drinking IPA. It's not crushable, but it's not necessarily dangerous. It's just sort of like straight shooting.
Yeah. Does it taste like a 6.3? More or less?
Yeah, I would put it there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got just like medium level alcohol, medium level mouthfeel, medium everything. It's like It's not too crazy. That's what I mean. Like, it's not crushable. It's not dangerous. It's not
like
too
right
far.
in the middle.
It's right in the middle. Does it taste like 6.3? Yes. Does it taste? But it doesn't taste any more or less. It's
Nice.
right where it needs to be.
Nice. We love those West Coast styles. I mean, we got some in the last place we went to. I mean, anytime we see it, we grab it.
But this one has a nice earthy quality to it. It's not all just hop bite. I mean, that is the predominant thing. But there's like a spiciness in the mouth. There's something to... Honestly, if you're like more a New England IPA lover, this might be more towards that wheelhouse. It doesn't look like a New England IPA.
No.
But I think that this would please those people more than it would please real hop heads.
Yeah.
Because it is still spicy, fruity, some juiciness, and earthy, and it's like what you would expect from like a Simcoe hazy New England. So I think it's really good. It's not the best West Coast IPA I've ever had because it's leaning a little New England-y.
Yeah.
But I like it, and I like that there's this much flavor and that it's only 6.3%, which depending on what kind of beers you're used to, might sound like a lot, but it's really far more sessionable than a lot of these beers tend to be.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I got plenty of it because I spent $3. So
we have so much beer. We were like, all right, we'll just get like 2 shorts each. Like, it'll be fine. Like, nobody. We got those pour. We were like, oh, we're gonna be here a while.
We're gonna back to the hut.
Yeah, back to the hut. So our third beer we're drinking together. We both saw it and both just said we had to try it. This is it's called Politics and Religion. It is a coconut milkshake double IPA. Come on. If we had the drops, we'd be playing the air horn and or Mike Breen right now. So you can imagine. Bang! Puts it in!
We couldn't say no to this.
Yeah.
Coconut. What I really want to know about is the name, though. I mean, honestly, we don't have a spokesperson here, but I would love to know where politics and religion comes in.
Yeah. There's got to be a meaning behind it. 8.5%, 20 IBUs. Untapped gave it a 4.02. Beer Advocate didn't give it anything, but Untapped gave it 4.02, so that's pretty cool. So we wanted to both grab this together as a salute to the end of our New Jersey brewery tour trip and to the end of Hackensack until we get back on the mics.
Exactly.
So
so we're doing it. I can already tell you there's a good bit of lacing in this.
Oh yeah.
It is super hazy.
Yeah.
As you would expect from the milkshake style, and of course there's going to be lactose in her, the head was like a decent bit of ivory foam, decent retention.
When it first got poured.
Yeah. And I'm pumped.
Tropical hops, baby.
Oh, holy shit. Wow.
Tropical hops, baby.
That's a pina colada.
That's what I'm saying.
Right
it
there.
literally smells like that. It's literally like hoppy, but it's got all those tropical flavors. I'm definitely getting a little bit of the coconut off the smell right away.
Yeah, that's like pina colada mix.
We need a little umbrella.
Pineapple, cream, milk, coconut. Put the umbrella in it. I'm on a beach. It just got warmer in here. Who knew?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, I can't get over that. I really hope the taste follows through on that because that smells like a pina colada.
It really does, yeah.
It's you don't get a lot of hoppiness off it. You don't get a lot of earthiness off it. You don't get a lot of booziness off it, and it's 8.2, 8 point something.
8.5.
8.5.
I can't read my own handwriting.
What you get is tropical, pineapple, coconut, milk, cream.
Yeah. Milkshake, and it's a double.
Yeah.
So this is going to put us over.
Rum, that might just be in my head. I'm imagining that.
I can see that.
It's because the pina... Okay.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Wow.
This is a pina colada beer that we should be drinking on the rocks in a coconut with a little umbrella.
Yeah.
This literally tastes like a pina colada. It's got the coconut. It's got the creaminess. It's very, very smooth going down. It doesn't taste like 8.5 at all. I would label this dangerous 100%.
I'm scared of it. Yeah, this is, wow. This is so much. I honestly, I really was expecting it to let us down. I'm not going to lie. I was really expecting it because a lot of times with these beers, with these crazy flavors, like we talk about all the time, you smell it and you get all kinds of complexity in the nose.
Yeah.
And then you taste it and you don't get all that.
Completely
and
different.
We kind of go, okay, well maybe that's good because it would overwhelm. The taste does follow through on the nose. It's exactly what I smelled, and yet it's not overpowering or overwhelming. It's not a dessert beer. It's not that pina pop, you know?
No, definitely not.
It's a pina colada. If you're an IPA person, because this is technically an IPA, and I think that this isn't going to necessarily come through for you on that. If you're looking for hop bite,
no, definitely not.
If you're looking for juicy IPA, though, this is a version of that.
It's just so complex, but simple at the same time, almost.
Yeah.
It's going down so easily. Although there are 20 IBUs to speak of, not really that bitter on the taste at all or the back end.
And that's low on the IBU scale, so that makes sense.
Light carbonation, but very easy to drink and just a delight. This is a delight.
Yeah. What you're saying about the how easy it is to drink and how dangerous it is really the take home for me. This is like, you don't taste any alcohol in here. Join us. There's a car. Look at how great we look. This, you don't taste any, 8.5. You're not getting that
I feel like somebody shaved a coconut and put it in here. Like, they took a shaver and just, there's like coconut flakes.
Yeah, it's so... I'm surprised by how coconutty, how much vanilla I get, how much milk, cream, and pineapple and citrus thing are able to balance
nutmeg,
there.
cinnamon, maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that?
All of those spices. Like, it's...
the pie, almost. Almost. More pina colada, but the characteristics of a pie.
But then, again, because it is 8.5 and it has the body to stand up to that, it is not overly sweet. It is not a dessert beer at all.
It's not too sweet. Like, it's the perfect amount. It's balanced really well.
This is goddamn delicious.
Oh, this is lit, bro. This is so good. I can't, wow.
Yeah. Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Depending on what we drink back on the mics, this might be like we grab a 4-pack and we just split it just for us, just for life.
Honestly, yeah. This might be coming home.
We're going home with a lot of beer after this trip, and we're not mad about it. So, but I Hackensack Brewing, they've got a lot of options. We looked at all sorts of different ones on the site when we were ordering the beers, all IPAs and lagers and things you can speak of. I believe they had a sour on there as well.
Yeah, they have a sour. They have different lagers, you know, that winter lager that you have, but they also have, I think, a Vienna lager that's much lower ABV. Yep. They have plenty of IPAs, double IPAs, imperial IPAs. I think they had a Berliner Weiss, you know, style variations. Not as much as like Forest City. Like I didn't see a lot of stouts on there.
Yeah, no, I think I maybe saw one, but I mean, what they lack in stouts, they make up for in this stuff. Coconut deliciousness.
Double IPAs. Coconut DIPAs.
I want to take some of that firewood over there and make a fire in here, because as great as this is, it's not really doing the whole job.
We think it might be broken. We tried to fix it. We don't.
It's only at a 2.
It doesn't go higher than a 2.
Well, that's a problem. We need a manager, but we're not going to complain about it, because we will get in a freezing hut and drink beer for all of you, because it's what we do.
Because we're professionals. I keep saying this, and I'm saying it again. We are professionals. Exactly. We're here for you. We're sacrificing our overall health and well-being. We could be at home in a comfy house right now, and we're in a hut, and it's 30 degrees outside. It's 25.
We're young. We can take it. I would love to come back when it's a little warmer and sit outside.
Yes.
Where the patio, the like outside areas,
parking
like
lot?
Right. Yeah, it basically is a parking lot.
We're in the parking lot.
But yeah, I mean, they've got chairs and they've got, you know, the little fires for each place.
They do have a nice brewery space though in there. I mean, they've got a decent sized building, really nice sort of eclectic tap room, and then they're brewing right off of it. You can see it, you know, it's pretty open. I mean, we're sitting right in front of the garage door that opens into the brewery itself with the tanks and everything like that. So it's pretty nondescript. And in the back of this, I mean, it's
somebody probably lives there, right there.
Yeah. If this is your home,
shout out to you guys. Yeah. Oh my God, are you kidding me? If I lived behind a brewery, that'd be it.
See, if you're not watching on YouTube, you're missing out on all this great atmosphere of comedy.
So subscribe to YouTube.
Subscribe to us on the YouTube.
Join us. The Taproom Specials are a lot more fun when you can see us drinking at the site.
So, Hackensack Brewing, out of Hackensack, New Jersey, if you didn't put that together. And just a great spot. Another, you know, great New Jersey brewery that's young, up and coming, and sort of crafting the identity of New Jersey brewing. So this was a great way to round out the day.
Yeah.
In the hut.
Tons of beers.
Yes.
We started in a brewery, we ended in a hut.
We normally rank our beers. I feel like it's probably useless at this point because we're both gonna.
I mean, how could you not?
How could we not go with the coconut?
Yeah, how could you not pick this? And that's not. It's just easy.
It's not a take against the other beer. It's a take in favor of the coconut.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, we've had a lot of fun today, and yeah, thank you guys for joining us for another Taproom Special. We'll see you back on the mics.
See you on the mics.
Stay warm.
I'm cold.
We're trying.
I don't think we can stress enough how fucking cold that was.
Yeah. But it was really cool. We were in our own little plastic igloo hut thing.
That's what was nice about it, is we felt really safe, and we felt, you know, I mean, it was a nice solution. Like I said, it was sort of like a poor man's igloo. Like, it wasn't like those really nice ones we reported about. No. It was sort of a pop-up, but
we were in Jersey. We're all aware of the conditions we were in.
We had. Did you just take a shot at their whole state?
Yeah, you have to. I live in New York. It's in my blood now. I'm sorry.
We did have a little heater that I clutched to for dear life, but the beers were so good, especially that coconut one was like,
Dude, I mean, just hearing that, like, hearing us describe it, and my favorite part of the whole thing was, I mean, should we rank these? Is it even, no, it's that one.
Why bother?
Like, we didn't even have to think about it, but yeah, the beers were incredible. The short pours, as you saw, were full pours, but we're not complaining. And yeah, we had a great time. I will say, the good thing about the little igloo was, if we didn't have that, we probably wouldn't have been able to film us.
No, 100%.
Because like there would have been people like near us, but when we were enclosed in our own little thing, we were just doing our own thing.
And it was dark. I mean, it made it possible for us to do that segment. As atrocious as the audio quality was, as tinny and pingy as it was in that little room, it actually was a blessing in disguise, and something that we will. Who knows if we'll ever experience that again?
Yeah,
because winter's basically over, and God willing, we won't see another winter like this past one. All right, let's move on to another beer. Let's round it out with one more shared beer, and we are doing the Moment's Notice Irish Stout. And we chose to go this direction because last week was St. Paddy's Day. So we're sticking with the theme, and we're going with the Moment's Notice Irish Stout. It's a roasty session stout. It is 5% ABV. It is 3.75 on Untapped. Beer Advocate has yet to rate it. And here it is in all its glory. It's a stout. It's jet black. I'm going to put it at 39 on the SRM chart. I think it's a little brown.
Yeah, depending on the light, I am seeing brown like at the very, very top. But I mean, look at it. It's a stout.
What you see is what you
and what's really
here.
Cool is we have the limited edition quarantine can.
Fun.
Look at us.
But that's their logo there, which we talked about on the Taproom Special. It's this just sort of cut out of the state of New Jersey with the little star where Hackensack is.
And what's cool is every can that they sell has, like, if you look close, you can see the map. It's like the roads.
Oh yeah, of Hackensack. Yeah.
Yeah, they have it on every can, which is cool.
I'm distracted because this can says "chill after serving." Like.
Yeah, so drink it and then put the can back in the fridge.
What?
Right? That's how that works.
Anyway, the brewery describes this one as flavorful, highly drinkable stout, immediately hitting the palate with notes of chocolate, toffee, and an underlying current of roasted Java. An extra long boil was used to create caramelization within the kettle, resulting in a layering of rich flavor that simply cannot be duplicated through the use of adjuncts. So let's dive in. Now,
right off the nose, espresso and chocolate. I mean, and that was like before I even brought it to my face. Like just pouring it, I was like, oh yeah. I mean, you know, it's got the typical stout qualities, but it does smell rich. It's got the richness to it.
Yeah, it's like malted milk balls or something, like that rich, chocolate, but like malty chocolate,
Those are so good. Oh my God, I want those for dessert.
Do you smell that in the beer?
I smell all sorts of chocolate in the beer.
Yeah, and some fruitiness too. I get some like a little like subtle hint of berry and definitely some coconut. And some like nuttiness too, I think. Like
I was gonna say cherry a little bit, but that's typical of the stout. But that's just what I get off of it. One thing that I thought was really, really cool, they say this beer was named as a tribute to the John Coltrane song that was recorded at Van Gelder Studio in Hackensack over 60 years ago.
Interesting. This brewery really loves Hackensack. I mean, I think that's obvious from their name, but they're very about where they're from, and they have a lot of Hackensackian pride.
Yeah, they really do. They the owners, and we can get into a little bit later, but the owners, they talk about like, we are Hackensack, this is our spot, and we love to see that. It doesn't matter where you are or where you're from, when you have love for your hometown and you really show that, and you show that in the beer you make. I mean, that's what we're all about.
I mean, we've all heard the slogan "Drink Local," right? And it's like that's the breweries feel that way too. Like they're a part of their community, and so when we find a place like this that's really community oriented, I mean, we've seen this at time and again. White Lion comes to mind. 67 Degrees comes to mind. Four City comes to mind. I mean, there's been a lot.
Speaking of drinking local.
Let's drink this beer from not where we're from.
All right.
I'm drinking out of a tulip glass here, and I do just want to note that it had, when I originally poured it, I would say like half an inch of decent tan head, some solid retention, but it has gone away into just a ring around the glass. And there's some lacing here from what I'm seeing so far, but we'll see after I take a sip.
I had to take a sip because I poured too much, so I was unable to really see it. But yeah, right now there is a little bit of stickiness to the side of the glass. I am drinking out of just like a classic beer mug, and I have to say right off the bat on the taste, I'm getting a lot of that richness, but it's very chocolatey. It's like liquid chocolate. It kind of melts in the mouth. It's very smooth going down. No bitterness at all. It's not a dessert beer, but it's kind of like a liquid dessert in a way. It just makes you want to go back for more.
Yeah, the things that remind me of the Irish style, for thinking Murphy's and Guinness, right, is that it is pretty dry. It's got a little bit more, I think to your point, a little bit more sweetness than those stouts do. It's a little bit more chocolatey. It does have that feel of, it's kind of creamy in the mouth, and it does have that feel of chocolate sort of melting in your mouth.
But it's not a lot. It's just enough. It's just a little bit.
Just a hint. It's not as, so it's not quite as dry as like Murphy's, I think. Because those stouts tend to like, you get all this stuff on the nose and then you drink it and like almost none of it is there, which is not a bad thing. It's just like, it's so much like creamy mouthfeel that it almost is like a little flavorless, or like it's roasted malt, but you don't get those sweet flavors that you get off the nose. This kind of does follow through on the nose, I think, in a really nice way. I think it's really well balanced.
I really love that they call it a roasty session stout. I don't think I've ever seen a session stout. It is, going back to your point earlier, though, it is I am getting a little bit of that nuttiness. I think it's more on the taste, more on the smell than the taste, but it's definitely there. It's like walnut almost.
Yeah, there's a pepperiness to it. There is an oak to it. Not a whole lot of like berry or anything like that. Not a lot of fruitiness. Like I was getting some, like you said, cherry and maybe
more
a little
smell
raspberry on the nose, but not in the mouth. Yeah, it's not really there. Overall, it's sweeter than I thought it was going to be, and if you're particular about your Irish stouts, maybe this wouldn't be your favorite one for that reason. For me, I happen to really like it. So I think it's really good.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. I think it's on the taste, it's more on the classic stout flavors, but without being too creamy versus being too dry. I feel like it sits more on the drier side, but I feel like it sits more toward the middle of both, being closer to the drying side. The espresso, roasted malts, coffee, chocolate, toffee, maybe vanilla, as you said, coconut. It's all there, and it's really pleasant. I enjoy it. I think depending on what kind of beer drinker you are, you could probably have 2 of these in a night.
Yeah, I think stouts.
Depending
we've talked
on
about
what night you're trying to have.
We've talked about this before. Stouts tend to get a reputation for being really heavy and rich because of what they look like, but in actuality, they're not. Like Guinness is one of the lowest calorie big beers that you can get, as opposed to like it's actually IPAs that are much more higher in sort of calories and much more heavy.
That's why all those Irish people are all skinny. Now it makes sense.
They're magically delicious.
Just since you brought it up. I wasn't going to go there, but
you're welcome.
You did. This is the first beer this brewery ever sold when they opened. And, it's gone through several iterations. I think it's evolved over time, which is to their credit. But this was the first beer that they ever sold. And if you're watching on YouTube, this behind me is the tap room that we didn't get to drink beer in. It's, the door is sort of that way and we were right outside, but this is the bar and it's,
That's where we bought the beer that we took home though. And we were treated by a lovely woman. She was very nice. Give her a raise. I don't remember her name. But she was great. And right over Stephen's right shoulder is the actual, and it's one of those, like, it's got a glass and you can see the brewery happening. It's got the tanks and everything, and we love that.
Plenty of artwork, plenty of graffiti, plenty of music memorabilia hanging around. They're really big into music. As you mentioned, this beer is named
huge
for John Coltrane's song that was recorded in Hackensack. The brewery itself, it was started by Herbert Lamont Barr III, and Mike Jones. Their slogan is Peace, Love, Beer. It's on the can. You probably can't see it on YouTube, but it's there.
Yeah, you gotta have to like hold it in the light just right.
So they met when they were living in the same apartment complex, and they, I guess, would compete to see who could find the cheapest drink when they were hanging out. And then all of a sudden they stumbled upon craft beer, and now their life has changed, and it's no longer about the cheap.
Wait a minute, there's good beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are crushing it up there in Hackensack, down there in Hackensack, I should say, from where I am.
Yeah.
And they are a Black-owned brewery. It's part of their identity, but it's not sort of, they've made a point of saying they weren't interested in being known as that. That's not really, their idea was is sort of what our idea is with the show. We've talked about this before, that, beer is about beer. And
right.
That said, though, they are one of 4 Black-owned breweries in New Jersey, I believe.
Yes, and one of their other biggest focuses was community. I mean, they wanted to own a brewery where they could create their own community, period. And that's one of their, biggest goals. And I think they've really achieved that. It's never... They say, Barr says, it started off as one thing and it kind of grew from there. Yeah.
Yeah. And, to that point, like we were saying earlier, they love their community. They're a big part of their community. Their community is Hackensack, and they love that's their identity. It's their brewery name, but they name a lot of their beers for iconic locations in Hackensack. One that was brought up on their website is the Clinton Place Imperial Pumpkin Ale, which, I mean, just stop it right there. Just still my heart.
Exclamation point!
I fucking love Imperial Pumpkin Ales. I can't wait for October just so we can have another one on the show. I love them so much.
And what we saw online, it not only sounds great, it looked great. So we'll get our hands on that one. But yeah.
So their tap room, we talked about it a little bit, but it's this big open kind of warehouse. We were literally in the parking lot, as you could kind of see behind us on that Taproom Special if you're on YouTube. But there were fire pits outside, which no one was really using because it was fucking freezing.
Yeah, it was too cold.
They did have a window though, so they were serving you sort of at the window, sort of drive-through style. But you were walking, and then you would go in the hut, and then inside is this brewery behind me, and behind this wall, right over my left shoulder here, is where all the brewing takes place. And so you could kind of see that from outside. You could see barrels everywhere, all stamped with the Hackensack Brewing logo or sort of graffitied onto them.
Every single can, as we said, has the map, but they've got this this little design here, and we took home some stickers that we really enjoy. Yeah, the walls are covered in music memorabilia, which nods to Hackensack's musical past, and it dates back to the 1950s. So I guess, apparently, in the 1950s, Hackensack was the place to be for music.
People were getting down in New Jersey. Yeah, who knew?
Apparently. You gotta tell me twice. I'm down. Let's go.
That could be said for a lot of New Jersey, right? Who knew? New Jersey. Well, who knew?
I mean, the brewery tour we went on,
we had a great time.
We stopped at 3 places, and I promise you, at stops 1, 2, and 3, we were saying, wow, who knew?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Yeah. And this place was, a big part of that. I mean, we just had, I can't stress enough, we just had such a great experience. I know we looked like we were freezing, because I can't say this enough. We were. And I hate the cold. It's been very well documented on this show. Like, I was clutching.
You don't like winter? I thought that was your favorite season.
Shut up, Gabe. I was clutching to that space heater. Like, it was honestly against my ankle.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
But
at one point we tried to turn it up and the knob came off, and we were like, oh God, we're going to freeze to death.
We broke the knob, just like, please be hotter.
Yeah.
But
it worked.
Their beers were so good, and they have so many more beautiful things on tap. I'm looking at they one of their owners, I think it's Mike Jones, is really into bitter and hoppy IPAs. So they have a thing for West Coast IPAs, which I appreciate. They have a West Coast style DIPA on right now with Simcoe Centennial and 7 Seas. They have an all-black El Dorado black IPA with El Dorado hops, which I love. Black IPAs, slept on style. Don't see it enough.
7.2%.
Yeah. And then they have an anniversary ale that's a culture ale aged 15 months in Sonoma Coast Pinot Noir barrels and a whole bunch of other stuff. But we have one in the fridge right now that honestly, I'm bummed we don't have time to do on the show because it's a blonde ale with coffee and vanilla. I'm going to go...
The new Bajan, B-A-J-A-N blonde. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's a blonde ale with Brazil Legender coffee and double fold Madagascar vanilla.
And if you're feeling Cinco de Mayo-y already, I know we're a little early for that, but why don't you head down there and get their Mexicali, which is an imperial grapefruit ale aged in mezcal barrels, clocking in at 10%. Well done, folks. That's beautiful.
And it looks incredible. Yeah, I would love that. They have all sorts of other stuff. They have glasses you can buy. They have merch. They have mugs, shirts, clothing, hats, trucker hats, sunglasses, dog collars, dog leashes.
There you go.
Let's get Steven a leash. He doesn't have a dog, but...
I will wear the leash.
You will wear the leash proudly.
Yeah, so Hackensack Brewing, I mean, just to wrap it up with the stout is not my favorite one we drank because it's obviously the coconut.
Yeah,
but
sorry.
The stout is really, to me, it's really good. It's a staple of their brewery. It's a solid option. It's a nice, easy drinker session stout, perfect for this time of year. If you don't want to go with the big beer Guinness Murphy's and you can't find yourself another Irish stout from Ireland, this one is perfect for right now, and it's exactly what I want to be drinking. It's a little sweeter than your typical Irish stout, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Ultimately, it is dry. It is good. I like it very much, and I love this brewery. They're doing great things. I can't wait to see what they do next.
And what's really cool, like we said, this is the first beer they've ever made. So how often do you visit a brewery and you go, give me number one? You know, so... We were fortunate enough to get our hands on this and to be able to do it. And like I said, you know, we have the new Bajan Blonde and we will sample that. We will throw that all over the social medias. So take a look-see. And we really loved Hackensack. We hope to go there again soon. Maybe when we go in the summer, those huts will still be there. And they'll have AC units in each one. Yeah,
I feel like those huts would be real sweaty in the summer unless there was an AC unit in there.
It's like a sauna, but with beer. We'd pass out. That's a bad idea. Never mind. Okay,
and
we'll go inside.
I'm almost done with this beer. When I finish it, I'm going to put this empty can back in the fridge because as I was instructed, I will chill after serving.
Yeah, chill
That's what it
after
says.
Serving. Is there any other details? That's the government warning. We don't have time to read that. I don't know, but, well, good for them.
All right, we've done a lot. We've done a lot. We got to get out of here.
As always, we end on a fun topic, something that caught our eye. If you like IKEA and you like cooking, get ready. Because IKEA...
And pause. If you don't like IKEA, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time. You may now step out. Who doesn't like IKEA?
Can I admit something to you?
Are you about to tell me you've never been in an IKEA?
I've never been in an IKEA.
Gabe. Oh my God.
I've never had a reason to go.
I don't know if we can even go on with this fun topic. This is
we can. This one's good.
I don't even know what to say to you. This is unbelievable.
But see, here's the thing. It's not that I don't want to go. I need a reason to go. Like every time I've needed furniture or something.
You don't need a reason to go. Have you ever seen the 30 Rock episode where they just go to IKEA for no reason? She just spends a day at a date in IKEA. They get into a fight.
Spoilers. I did recently find out. I knew they had the Swedish meatballs, but I did recently find out they have cinnamon buns apparently for like $1 or something.
Yes, they have. And also, if you're not
Steven,
even there,
what are you doing next weekend?
I have gone into IKEA during COVID. Let me just tell you, not the best experience I've ever had in an IKEA.
Woof.
It was quite crowded. But they have displays of... My favorite bowl came from IKEA, dude. I love IKEA so much.
All right. Well, the reason we're talking about it is because IKEA recently had a collaboration with 10 super chefs to the creation of a new kind of cookbook that they're calling a scrapbook. It's a cookbook that contains recipes made from food scraps. So apparently you can eat a banana peel if it's made properly. You can eat, when you're cutting up veggies and the part you throw out, you can throw that, potato skins, apple skins, stuff like that. You can use that to make food. And I don't know. I feel like my first question is like, who was the person that said, hey, I have an idea. Let's try this.
Well, I think it was probably Chef Krista Bruno Gunther.
I think it was.
Who is one of the contributors here from Winnipeg's Feast Cafe Bistro, who made, like you said, banana peel bacon, as well as wild rice pancakes. Wild rice flapjacks. I don't know if that makes a difference. Right.
You're going to piss off those Canadians.
But I love it because it's mostly Canadian chefs writing a cookbook for a Swedish furniture company that sells food for what I guess Americans and everyone really, but I think of Americans as having a lot of trash to cook with. But they turned kale stems into risotto and pesto. That's crazy.
I mean, it looks kind of good.
It does look good. The food looks great. It's still not over the fact that you've never been in an IKEA. I know. I want it on record. I've moved on, but I haven't moved on.
But you haven't moved on. No, I know. No. And like I said, I would be happy to go. I need to experience it. It's just I've never had. I want to go with someone. I need someone to show me the ropes. This is going to be the best
bro date we've ever gone on.
Oh my god!
We are going to go spend a day at IKEA. Hardcore.
We get the camera. What's up, guys? Gabe and Stephen here from the Hop. We're chilling in IKEA.
We're at IKEA.
Yeah, we're trying to be all broy about it. The people behind us are like, "What the hell are they doing?" It would
be amazing. Like IKEA has. It's because have you ever seen pictures of an IKEA? All the rooms, all the houses are set up. So if you're like, okay, I'm trying to make
rooms.
Yes, but so you're walking through and you're like, okay, I want to set up a kitchen. Here's a kitchen. And then it's just like you can go through and there's different styles and you can be like, oh, like this is my dream house here. And some of them, the models are like, I mean, you feel like you're walking into a room. You know what I mean? Like there's a bathroom, like there's separate rooms within the model.
So people using the bathrooms and they're like, that's not real. Get out.
It's the closest thing I've ever felt to like you know when you're a kid and you're in like a playhouse or something, like a playground thing. Like it's that for adults.
The ball pit.
It's great. And I can't stress this enough. Their bowls are fantastic.
Good. Great for mixing. Great for eating out of.
Yeah, furniture's a huge pain to set up, but I love IKEA. I want to
go and try those meatballs because that's like before reading about this scrapbook, as they're calling it, the only thing, like if you said describe IKEA, I'd be like meatballs, furniture. I don't know what else. That's all I got.
Well, yeah, that's essentially, that's most of it. But great meatballs and great furniture. We're going to make this happen, but we have to go right now. And I'm shouting out to our listeners, please comment and school Gabe in the fact that he hasn't been.
Okay.
Feel free to troll him.
Don't throw me under the bus just because I don't go
Gaberade67 on Instagram and Twitter.
Don't stop just because I don't go to IKEA every day.
You can let him know that he's doing life wrong. Because we've been doing it right. Let me know how much
those cinnamon rolls are. Because if they are $1, I will drop everything. I think the closest IKEA to me right now is in Brooklyn. I will take the trek to go to get a cinnamon roll. I am not kidding.
Okay, we got to go. Guys, Hackensack Brewing, check them out of New Jersey. Great brewery. And we had a great time. And we'll be back next week.
Bye, guys.